Cats. This movie, I saying it's just like a cat. It's not going to give you what you want. It's going to give you what it wants. You're going to like it and love it. I walked out being like, I don't know what I just saw, but I've been singing all the songs all day. I've been singing all the songs. So I really enjoyed it. It's really fun. But it's a movie where there's so many people involved. Like, I feel like if you walked off of this set, you don't quite know what to expect. Like in a regular movie, you have a general idea of what it will look like. But this, you have to have the CGI fur added on, the tail added on, you have to have the sound effects added on, all this stuff. What is it like when they yell rap for the day and you're just like, okay, what's next? Like, what is it going to look like? What is it going to be?
I feel like it's different for us being in it and having done it for months, because you kind of, even though it's surreal for other people to see us performing as cats, for us, we did it for so long. And Robbie, on the movie, how many months did you shoot for?
I was involved for 7 months. So from the very first day of rehearsal, the first table read, to the very last day of filming.
Wow.
Yeah, so for us, it's not that surreal because we would see visual mock-ups of what it was going to look like and how our cats were designed and what that was going to look like. So for us, we could kind of imagine it. But I tell you how I felt at the end of each day, like exhausted, because they would heat all the sound stages up. Because it's all live dancing and live singing, we could never get cold. So remember, they'd heat it up. It was like a sauna in there. So by the end of each day, you were just a bit like...
The kitchen was especially hot.
Yeah, my kitchen set was especially hot, and not just because I was in it. No, it was like a sauna, and I actually lost 8 pounds in the filming of my number over 4 days.
Nice.
Because of sweat.
Yeah. Yes.
I saw everybody's performance, so it was special to get to see it again, but it was something that I had been very familiar with, being in it from the very beginning. It was so wild for me to get to be a part of that situation and see these incredible stars doing what they do best. It was wild. Yeah. Very exciting.
When the trailer came out, some people felt away. People were mad. Like, for a movie about a cat, people were mad.
Hilarious.
It was so funny.
Yeah, because guess what else they were mad about? When Avatar came out.
Yeah.
The highest grossing movie of all time. They were like, oh, what is this blue people? Like, it's different. It's unusual.
Yeah.
They did the same thing with the Cats trailer.
So true.
Wait till you see the movie, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a saying, though, if you can't beat them, join them. So I want to know, what is the weirdest, strangest, dumbest thing you've been mad at? Like, I had a coffee. In general, I had a coffee this morning and it was gross and I was mad about it. So what was the weirdest thing you've been mad at?
Oh, my.
I have umbrage about things every single day.
Yeah.
What can I say on camera?
You can say anything you want.
I got spit on by a homeless person once walking down the street, and I was really mad at that.
You should be.
Yeah.
I go off about... Well, I was going off about taxes this morning.
That's real. That's real.
Because in America, you pay your taxes in the last week of the year. And I'm like, why do I have to pay all the taxes? And I was just getting really angry about it. Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
I also read that you guys have a group chat. There's like a group chat that some people are a part of. Who's the funniest? They said you're the funniest in the group chat.
Oh.
What's the funniest thing you remember sending? Can you share it? Is it shareable or is it like...
We did used to film like little dance videos because there's a lot of time on set when you're not actually doing anything. And Robbie and I used to do little dances.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was so funny being on the sets because we look so small because the sets are so massive with the scale of them. So we would just shoot little videos
Like
and
boomerangs
and stuff. And I've got them all on my phone.
You know when
pretty funny.
cats get scared and they do that thing where they go really high with their upper back and just go on their tiptoes?
Yeah, we did like a lot of those.
Instead of that.
We just make ourselves laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fine. I'm going to do a little dance
Yeah,
out of here.
get into it.
Yeah, you look like you got some moves.
It's true.
I could
you
chair
could do
dance.
it.
I can't dance for real. Thank you for taking the time.
Pleasure.
I got a two-step, but then other than that, I'm
You
done.
look,
The third step,
I don't
have.
know. I think you're hiding from us
That's
with
true.
your true dance ability. But
Take care.
yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
This movie was very, very interesting. I love the songs. I love how it looked. We didn't see a finished copy of it yet. So that brings me to my first question. Like, how is it to be a part of a movie you don't really know what it's going to turn out like? Because so many people have to be involved before your performances. Like, if you do a movie and the set is there, and you know what everyone's wearing and what they're gonna look like. You just, you're like, okay, well, it's gonna look something like this. This one is like so much has to be created. What is that like? Going like, I don't know what this is gonna be like.
Yeah, it's exactly that, and it basically we had to use our imaginations in a lot of ways, to be able to deliver, which is not easy to do, which made it the most unique experience for me ever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we did all the work with our imaginations like a few months ago, and like knowing now that lots of people have been hard at work, like turning that imagination into reality and seeing what they've created. Like I've been imagining my tail on set, but now someone's been working on my tail for months, and what it's up to.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's an amazing scene of you like dancing and just pans out. It's so great. And I did my research on you. Know you do ballet, but what is the difference between like doing ballet in movies versus doing ballet in real life? Because I know movies is a lot of start and stopping, and how is that?
Well, and it's probably like even better because I get the chance to do it over and over again. Like I'm a perfectionist, or I think all ballet dancers are. So it was nice, not like if I fell over, it's not the end of the world. Whereas when I do it on stage, obviously that's pretty bad. It's a one-time thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
When the trailer came out, a lot of people had stuff to say. People were mad at the dumbest things. So they say, if you can't beat them, join them. What's the weirdest or dumbest thing you found yourself mad at?
In the film?
No, just in general.
Or just
in
period?
life. Yeah, like, how you find, like, I'm so mad, like, I'm really mad over a coffee. Like, just stuff like that.
When someone asks me to turn my music down.
Oh.
When I tell you that makes me so angry. Ooh, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about for you?
Something that makes me cross in real life.
Yeah, like what makes the...
People who stand too close to me in a queue. Just like, step back, thank you.
That gets on my nerves too. And you move up and then they move up. It's like the worst.
Get off
and they don't get in.
I saw in the interview you said you guys have a group chat. And group chats fascinate me because I'm not a member of a group chat. But who says the funniest stuff? Who's the best person in the group chat? What's the most interesting you guys got in this group chat? Can you share it?
Well, I'm not on the group chat.
Okay.
Okay, but it's okay.
It's probably the dancing group chat. Well, we have a laugh. I can't share the stuff that we say because we really bonded over this film. So I feel like genuinely made some amazing friends on this. Yeah. But we can't share our secrets.
Okay, cool. Last thing I want to talk about is just about comparisons. I know you came up in the Royal Ballet. People compared you to your predecessor. Your first movie was what, with Beyonce? Was that your first movie? People compare you to her all the time.
Wow.
What is it like being compared to someone when you do your own thing, when you're great at what you do, and people always want to compare you to someone else? Does that ever annoy you?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I don't know who I'm compared to.
Yeah.
I don't really read a lot of stuff anyway. I kind of keep
I saw
myself.
something you said, people keep telling you, well, Sylvie did it like this, and Sylvie did it like that. So that's what I kind of thought about.
When I'm doing a particular role, there will always be someone in, their mind that was the greatest. But I don't try and copy anyone. So as long as I'm happy with what I did and my performance, then I don't need to kind of know what everyone else is thinking or comparing me to. It's okay.
Okay.
I like that answer.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to chat. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.
Congrats on everything.
Thank
Hope it
you.
turns out great. Jason, I've been dying to interview you, and I want to start off a little bit off of what Cats is. Every single year at the Met Gala, you fall. Every year. Like the first time it was like, okay, it was a joke, but every year it trends. People always get caught by it. What is your reaction to that, bro? Like, why do you fall every year at the Met Gala?
I think it's hilarious. I've actually never been to the Met Gala. But my presence is felt every year, I guess. But it's hilarious. It's just one of those memes that just kind of, take its own legs and just keep going, I guess.
Yeah. Shit crazy. It's crazy.
It's hilarious.
I remember the first time it happened, I was like, did he really break his neck? Is he all right? Oh, my gosh. And then I was like, oh, this happens every year. But Cats, it's super cool. What is it like being a part of something that you really don't have a clue how it's going to turn out. Because, like, if you film a normal film or a normal video, you kind of know what it's going to look like because you're on set. You're in the costume or the wardrobe. Here, everything is, like, the fur is being put on you. The sets are being pretty much built around you. And then you have to do audio and then all the special effects.
No, it's not like that. So the only thing, like, the entire set is the set. So, like, that's not CGI. So they actually built out those crazy sets. Which was unbelievable. You know, the first time I walked in, I was like, well, damn, this is incredible. Because it kind of puts you in the space, you know what I'm saying? It puts you in that different dimension. And that's, I think, what's cool about this, because we're inviting people into a whole different world. But our being is CGI. So, you know, our fur, our tail, our ears, that's CGI, but I mean, that's not as hard to imagine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I just figured with the audio, because you have to put the songs over it and everything, and once the pieces are together,
so audio-wise, I mean, we're singing the song, so I mean, you know, I don't really. I mean, it's like there's like a finished version, but I mean, we're singing live the entire time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I heard you guys also have like there's a group chat of the cast that you guys have there. Who sends the funniest stuff, or what's the funniest thing you got in this group chat?
I mean, honestly, I mean, there's several group chats. You can't really beat Rebel. I mean, Rebel is hilarious, man. James Corden is hilarious. Yeah, it's those are the two like funniest, I guess.
When the Cats trailer came out, everybody had an opinion about it. Some people were mad at the Cats trailer, which is weird. So there's an old saying: if you can't beat them, join them. What's the weirdest thing you've been mad about? Like you just find yourself mad at like the dumbest thing. What would that be?
Mad?
Do you get mad?
Yeah, I get mad for sure. Yeah, I got a temper. But in terms of like pop culture, you know, I love Nicki Minaj. I mean, that's my sister. You know, I love her and I respect her. But I'm just mad the fact that we don't get to hear her on the radio. You know what I'm saying? She retired. I think the radio is not the same without her. You know, she offers us that totally different, standpoint. So that's something I got mad at.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
radio needs Nicki Minaj.
For sure.
Dope, right?
Absolutely.
When people see Cats, what do you want them to take away from? Because it's a classical musical. It's been around for years. It was the longest running show on Broadway. Now it's coming to the big screen, and people might not be familiar with some of these songs. What do you want them to take away from this movie?
I just know that they're going to be just transported into a totally different dimension, man. And I think that in itself is what makes great movies, right? You know, all the hype that you hear about the trailer. I mean, I was actually happy about it, you know what I'm saying? Because you want that pulverizing beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are like, what is this? It's because they've never seen anything like it before, you know what I'm saying? It's totally different. And the same thing happened when the Broadway show came about, you know? It's like what is this new music? Like, the Cats, but they're people, you know, I don't understand. Like, it's not until you go and experience this different world that you understand the magnitude of it. But, you know, we were transported for 4 or 5 months, you know, recording this thing, and I think it's magical, man.
I've been telling everybody that this movie is like a cat. It doesn't give you what you wanted. It gives you what the movie wants to give you, like how cats are. Cats don't do what you want them to do. They just do whatever they want. This movie's the same way. I didn't know what to expect when I walked out. When I walked out, I'm not sure what I watched, but I was singing the whole time, all the songs. My favorite is Magical Mr. Mustafa Lee.
Oh, that's very sweet.
My favorite one.
Lovely.
So I wanted to know, what's the most magical thing that has happened in your life?
During the shooting of this, you mean?
Just in your entire life, the most magical thing. Could be small as a thing or big as you want it to be.
Gosh, that needs some preparation. I mean, for me, I came in and all the dancers were doing one number, the Jellicle Ball, and we came in, Ian and I came in quite late to stand and watch it, and everybody was, it's seeing commitment from people to the nth degree that you couldn't have had more commitment and more. It was sensational. Awesome. And then at the end, everyone just stands around like nothing's happened, you know? And that's terribly attractive.
Yeah. How about for you? You got something?
Just on that, the dancers in this film are incredible. I mean, like, being from not a non-dance background, it's just staggering. And all day, every day, they just go with the most incredible zest and enthusiasm. And even in between takes, you can't. We're sitting around and let's say there's there's a break. They need to change lens, and I'll be sitting there. All right, I'll have some coffee, chew the fat, and you've got people just still doing backflips. I think the thing about dance, they can't sit still, and it's amazing to watch.
It is just wonderful to watch. And so many in quite a small space.
Yeah. I really related to your character because, like, the big moments you two have when you have to step up and perform this thing, and you can tell that magical Mr. Mistopheles is scared as I don't know what, and he jumps up and just performs and nails it. I want to tap into that too. When have you had to look at the face of fear and really overcome your fears to do something?
I would say on it was quite similar to my audition process for this film. That moment, I was asked to prepare an entire choreographed sequence to the song, and I'm not a dancer, never. And in the same way that Mistopheles does, you just sort of have to, you got to do what you got to do and go in all guns blazing. And here we are now. So I think, probably that.
Okay.
I played Sally Bowles in Cabaret in London for the run, and Hal Prince directed it, and he gave me the most wonderful note, which was, because I'm certainly not a natural singer, he said, whatever you do, you don't change your voice in any way. You just remember that a song is a continuation of what you've just been saying, and that your voice mustn't change to be something else. It's just good. That's all right, except that in this, nobody says much. We're not actually speaking, but it's a wonderful note to remember that, as long as it comes from a core in you.
Yeah. As accomplished as you are, I have one last question. Is there anything that you regret not doing?
What, during Cats, you
Just
mean?
in general, in your life.
Oh, in general?
Yes.
Hundreds of things I regret not doing. I don't know where to start.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with me. She's wrapping me up. Great chatting with you. Bye.
Thank you very
nice to see
much.
you.
Take care. Bye. I almost fell.